Hi guys, welcome back to Prospect Channels TV. Thank you for stopping by. Once again, former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice of Imo State, Chukwuma Machuku, he has appealed to President Bola Tinubu to facilitate the release of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. He sent his letter through the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi. In the letter, Chukwuma lamented the 7-year ordeal faced by Kanu and urged the Nigerian government to reassess its approach to the issue. He argued that a view of the situation would help resolve the protracted crisis and contribute to national stability. This is because Nnamdi Kanu is a product of our collective misunderstanding of some inevitable truth and political axioms, including the fact that our federalism, considering the diverse nature of Nigerian people, it meant to foster growth and prosperity within a harmonious framework, he wrote. He criticized the government's preference for force over dialogue, stating, "The individuality of Nigeria is not meant to serve as a framework for ethnic hegemony. The selective use of force and persecution instead of diplomacy in addressing critical national issues, such as the case of Nnamdi Kanu, calls for urgent reconsideration." Chukwuma further argued that patriotism was never built on brute force and urged the president to learn from Canada's handling of the Quebec sovereignty movement by prioritizing constructive dialogue, inclusive governance, and genuine adherence to federal principles. Canada successfully fostered national cohesion, ultimately diminishing calls for Quebec's secession, he wrote. He emphasized that fairness, equity, and dialogue are the strongest foundations for patriotism. Recalling the timeline of Nnamdi Kanu's case, he stated Kanu was arrested on October 14, 2015 by the State Security Service on terrorism-related allegations. He was arraigned on November 23, 2015 before the Federal High Court in charge number FHC/ABJ/CR/383/2015. He was granted bail on April 25, 2017. The former Attorney General accused the Nigerian Army of forcing Kanu to flee for his safety. On September 10, 2017, following a plotted fatal shooting at his home by the Nigerian Army, Kanu was forced to flee to avoid imminent death. This inevitably led to his absence from subsequent court proceedings, he wrote. Despite this, he claimed the authorities applied for Kanu's bail to be revoked and a bench warrant for his arrest to be issued. On March 28, 2018, the court granted this request. The letter further criticized the court's decision to issue an order on November 14, 2018, requiring Senator Naya Abaribe, Kanu's shorty, to either forfeit his 100 million naira bail bond or face imprisonment. Chukwuma urged President Tinubu to embrace political wisdom and statesmanship by releasing Kanu. Great leaders are defined not by their ability to suppress oppression, but by their ability to nullify, or heal, and reconcile. The release of Nnamdi Kanu will not be a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of leadership, he stated. He also reminded presidents of past appeals from respected elders, statesmen such as Chief Mbazurike Amechi, Professor George Obiozo, Dr. Chukwuma Ezife, Chief Emmanuel Iwenyango, Chief Ayo Adebajo, and Chief Edwin Clark, who spent their final years advocating for peace and unity. Finally, he pointed to the case of Sunday Igboho, whose detention was handled in a manner that assured his release. He argued that Kanu's continued detention remained a source of controversy with the government, facing accusations of human rights violations and failure to obey court orders. Okay, guys, you see, Nnamdi Kanu's case is still here. Nigerians are still asking the federal government of Nigeria to release Nnamdi Kanu. Don't forget that one of the reasons why Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB agitators agitating for Biafra nation is because of marginalization, right? But with what is happening right now to Nnamdi Kanu, he's still written very bold on the wall. You understand? Just like what the former Attorney General said, if you can treat Mr. A like this, why can't you also treat Mr. B like this? See, no matter how we say this, no matter how we look at this, talking about the marginalization of Igbo, good and fine, Nigerian government have said that Igbos are not being marginalized. But with what is happening right now to Nnamdi Kanu, what can we now say about that? If you have once released people who had the same case with Nnamdi Kanu, so why is his own like that? Nnamdi Kanu, was dramatic the last time he appeared in court, and you hear some Nigerians will say, why is he reacting like that? Why must he react like that? You just have to, respect Nigerian judges and all that. If not you go respect. When they say they see something koro like this, somebody they turn on for you. It is frustrating. Now, this what we are saying about this man, he has the knowledge of the law. Now, you are turning everything upside down. Just like what he said. Is it because I am Nnamdi Kanu, or maybe because of where I'm coming from? Because when he comes to Nnamdi Kanu, everything changed. I think the Nigerian government needs to look into this matter. I also understand that some regions in Nigeria are saying Nnamdi Kanu, should never return. I don't know what their problem is with Nnamdi Kanu. But for peace and stability, in Nigeria, Nigerian government should release the IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu. So guys, I'm dropping it here. Please, let's hear from you. Kindly drop your comment below the comment section. If you are just joining us for the first time, I beg, subscribe now. Share this video, make it go viral, so that Nigerians could understand what they happen today.